Good afternoon. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. Y'all, today we are going to work on a paper mache heart. So this little guy is a new item on our website. We are going to work on this. I have zero plans. Okay, I haven't thought this through. I haven't picked out any items to use. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this, all right? But we're going to just use the time that we have and see what we can come up with. And then I've also got some other new items to share with you all today. We've got some new stuff on our website, more new stuff coming. And I'm excited to show you all what we've got. So this is a new item, and we're going to be crafting with it today. And before we get into it, I'm going to show you all some new items as well. So I do have a limited amount of time. My best friend and I are going out tonight for an early girlfriend's night, and we are going to dinner and to Comedy Off Broadway in Lexington to see Etta May. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of Etta May, but she is a hoot. And I'm excited to get to see her tonight. So that's going to be fun. So we're seeing her at 6. So I've got an early start. And we're supposed to be getting some snow tonight. So we're planning to get home early, and get home before the snow starts. So when you hop on, say, hey, let me know you're watching. So I don't have very long. I've only got maybe an hour, maybe a little less than an hour. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, Linda. Hello, Danae. Hi, Donna. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Dale. Hi, Linda Pollard. Hey, Gina. Hi, Lynn. Happy Friday. Hey, Kathy. Happy Friday. Hi, Donna. Hey, Gina. She is, isn't she, Gina? Hey, Natalie. Hi, Shannon. Kathy says she's watched her online. Thank you, Wanda. Hey, Christine. Hi, Brenda. Happy Friday. Hey, Carolyn. Hi, Sandy. Looks like several of y'all have heard of her. Hey, Gloria. Hi, Kathy. And everybody, I'm so glad to see y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it since we don't have a ton of time, and I don't have a plan. Okay, so let's get into it so we can figure out what we're going to do with this little heart that we've got, okay? All right, so we've got some new items, a few new items, and more coming. So this is the first one. This little paper mache heart that we're going to be playing with today is a little pocket, okay? It's a little heart pocket, and it's $4.99. Cute little wall pocket. It is about 8.5 inches wide by about 6.5 inches tall. Okay, hey Cassandra, hi Tina. So that's the first new item. We have also got some wooden bunnies. All right, we've got these little packs of 4 wooden bunnies. They are both $3.99. So this is this one that's kind of knelt down, and this one is kind of standing up on its hind legs. And they are both packs of 4 for $3.99. Nice, thick wood, okay? And so these would be great for making all kinds of things. Cute to make little banners out of, to paint and add to your signs. Make a simple, cute little sign with this. Just paint it. Put a little cotton ball on the end, a little pom-pom, and put this in a frame, and that would be a super cute little sign. So these are really fun. So those are new. Hey, Lynn. We've got these little ornaments, these little paper mache ornaments. They are $4.99, and you get 4 different shapes. Hey, Carol. Let me take them out so you can see what the shapes are. So you get 4 different shapes. You get a little bunny. And you can use these as ornaments, or you can take the string off and use them for other things. And then this bunny, isn't that cute? Me too, Danae. Linda, just go to thecelebrationco.com and go to new arrivals. A little chick in an egg. And another little chick. So 2 chicks and 2 bunnies. Okay. So that's a pack of 4 for $4.99, and you get the 4 different shapes. And these are paper mache, so they're about a ½ an inch thick. And they do have the hangers already on them. Hi, Denise. Hey, Rhonda. All right. Then we've got the cutest little paper mache bag. It's this little paper mache tote bag. This is $5.99. It has this little embossed tulips little thing on the front, like label type thing on the front, which is super cute. So this would be adorable, painted up, put some tulips in there. That would be so cute. So it's $5.99. It is, you can see kind of how big it is just by looking at it, but it's 5 inches wide and 6 inches tall. So it's 5 by 6, and then it's 4 inches deep. Okay. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Denise. And it's got this cute little paper, remember that paper ribbon from the 90s, as the handles. And this is all raised right here. This detailing right here is raised. So you could paint that and you could distress it. Would be super duper cute. All right, and then we've got some more paper mache. We've got these cute little paper mache lunch boxes. We have small and, small and large. Let me do that correctly. And this large one's $11.99. The small one's $9.99. And look how cute that is. How adorable would that be for Valentine's? And just as a decorative piece in your home. It would just be beautiful just as a decorative piece. So both sizes, small and large. The large one's 10 inches by 4 inches by 7 inches. And the small one is 9 by 5.5 by 3. Okay. So those are super cute. Whoopsie daisies. Y'all okay? Isn't that cute, Robin? All right. Let me get y'all fixed up here. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop you. But you're still looking a little on the crooked side. Okay. And then the last item I want to show you are these little 4-inch rusty ceiling tiles. So these are embossed and they're rusty and they're 4 inches by 4 inches. They're $2.99 a piece. I don't know if y'all can see that detail on them or not, but they're really cute. And again, they are rusted and adorable. Okay. I know, Rhonda. Wouldn't that be so fun to like paint the lunchbox or decoupage it or whatever to make it look like a vintage lunchbox? I think that would be adorable. Aren't the tiles fun? All right, so let's do something with this little paper mache wall pocket. So I'm gonna grab, like I said, I do not have a plan for this. But I was thinking that the paper that Mom designed would go really pretty with this. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to decide What specifically? I feel like it's going to be a little difficult, but maybe not to do that front. Thinking that I like that. All right, let's just go for it. Let's see what comes of this. That would be cute, Sandy. All right, so I want to use this top part of this paper. So let's grab my paper cutter, and I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm just eyeballing this. Stacy, send us a message or an email, one of the two. And I'm gonna, I think, trace around this so that it'll go into the heart just a little bit. All right, and let's cut this. Okay, it's the celebrationco.com. Let me add this heart. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, there we go. It's thinking. There we are. Okay. Okay, so there's the link for the heart that we're working on. Thanks, Lynn. It's from Amazon. All right, I'm just going to cut this out, focusing more on the bottom. That's the part I'm more worried about. The rest we can just remove the excess with the sander. But this bottom part, I want to go into the heart. Just so that it's not just like a straight line and you only see it in certain parts. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? For some reason, it's not... I think that I'm going to cut the bottom off a little bit. See if I can get it to go in a little further. I think I'll cut these bottom edges a smidge. I'm just playing with this to try and get this to fit in here right. But I'm not having a ton of success. Thinking I might make a little slit here, see if that'll make a difference. And then cut away some of that below the slit. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, that's better. There we are. All right. That'll do. Okay, so we're going to decoupage that on. And I'm going to use a paintbrush so it'll be easier for me to get down in there. My husband's making making fun of me. All right. Get a layer on here. There we go. Okay, stick this in. All right, press it down. Hey, Michelle, I'm so glad you could join us today. So glad to have you. Y'all, I'm about to punch my husband in the face.
On camera.
All right. Gina says, hello, Andrew.
Who said?
Gina.
Oh, Gina.
He said, hi, Gina. All right. I'm going to sand away the excess with my Celebration Company sander. Hi, bud.
Hi.
How was your day?
Good.
Good.
Are you doing anything with Katie and Chelsea tonight?
Huh?
Are you doing anything with Katie and Chelsea tonight?
I'm doing something with Katie.
What am I doing tonight?
Hanging out with Daddy.
Hanging out with your papa.
Hey, Mama.
No, Papa's at work.
Oh. What, baby?
Could Jack come over until like 6 o'clock? His mom said he can.
You're asking the wrong person. Asking the wrong person.
What? Dad. Dad.
What?
Could
Hey,
Jack?
Belinda.
Why?
Okay, there we go. That looks cute. All right, so let's do the front, and I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna use the top section. So there's gonna be just a little bit of this floral. I might use just a little bit of it, and hopefully it will adhere well. I'm not 100% sure where this is kind of curved. I don't know how it's gonna do, so we're gonna see. You'll see. Okay. So get this aligned. And I'm starting in the middle. And then I'm just gonna work my way out. Looking like it's gonna do okay. Yes, Gina, we're gonna get to that for sure. Just trying to make sure that it's adhered completely. All right. I'm gonna lay that down, and I'm gonna take my knife to this to remove some of the excess, just to make it a little easier on me. Except for some reason my knife is not cutting. I don't know why. Alright, I'm going to cut like that to remove a little bit of that on the top. Okay, so let's take our sander. The hearts are from the website, thecelebrationco.com. I put the QR code at the bottom of the screen. You can scan that with your phone, or you can take a screenshot of it and then go into your photos, find that screenshot, and hold down on the QR code, and it'll bring up the link. Just cleaning this up, removing any excess. All right, and then there's some places that don't want to stick, so let me add some glue. Specifically, these corners don't want to stick. Uh-oh, somebody's must be really cold somewhere. Oh my goodness, Joanne. I agree with Lynn. Like, I feel I unloaded groceries today, or loaded groceries today at Kroger, and I thought I unloaded them, but when I was loading them into the car, I didn't have any gloves, and I thought my hands were going to freeze right off. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but it was very cold, and I didn't like it, and I can't imagine -26, because that was just 25, positive 25, not negative. Okay, so here we go. We got that cut off. I turned my knife blade around so that it would be sharp, because that other side wasn't sharp apparently. I think you could definitely do that, Lynn. And then I'm just going to take my sander again across the top here just to soften the edge of it. And that was easy. We've got it decoupaged. So now we just need to embellish it a bit, all right? Fill it, add some things to it. So I want to use my Distress inks first. Let me grab those. I'm going to use a different one. Let's try Walnut Stain. I always use the vintage photos, so I want to try something a little different. So we're going to go in with the Walnut Stain lightly around the edges, and anywhere where we sanded that paper and you see that white, this is just going to stain that so that it sort of blends in a little, and it just kind of, you don't see that white edge anymore. It also just is going to enhance it just a little bit. Okay, so you can see that around those edges. We'll do the same thing on the top here. Okay, and then just going all the way around those edges. Yeah, I think you could definitely use this for Christmas. Hearts are for all year. They don't have to be just for Valentine's Day. Okay, so that's what it looks like when we take that Distress ink to it. All right, now I want to add some holes to it because I want to do a hanger for this. I don't know if my hole punch will cut through this or not, but I'm going to try. not, it will. How about that? Okay. So now we've got our holes. Let's see about do that, or I could do some lace. Let's see. I don't like that. Let's see about this one. This one might be right. Might be just a little bit too big, but I'm gonna try it. So I'm just pulling it through and putting a knot in the back. And then take some fabric scissors. Stick it through the other side. It's from Amazon, Cayenne. Okay, and make another knot in the back. Cut off that excess. Okay, so there we go. We've got it on a hanger. That's cute. It's looking cute. All right. I kind of want to see about adding a little bit of lace around the front. Of the heart, like this. I think we're going to go with this one. That's cute. All right, so I'm just going to use my hot glue gun and just do a bead right across the front. Okay, there we go. That's cute. All right, and I'm just gonna fold this to the back side, the excess, so that it doesn't have a stark image. Hello. I know. I didn't have the right one, but I think this is going to be fine. How cute is that? Okay. Now, let's see here. What else we want to do. So I was thinking about like putting some stuff in it. Lori and I did. It took me hours. Literally, y'all, because I only go once every 2 weeks. I get a ton because I only go twice a month. And as y'all saw, and then I usually have to, like, there's other things I have to do after I get it home, you know? And so I didn't get done until 11 o'clock. I went to the grocery, got there at 7:30. I didn't get done until 11. That's crazy, isn't it? All right, I'm going to grab, let's see here. I'm going to look at little pieces that Mom's got. Like, this would be cute. I'm going to grab this photo that she has on her paper design. And I'm going to cut it out smaller than it is. So let me just cut it out first, and then that way I can evenly remove all the way around. Okay, so this is the image, and I want to put it in here, but it's, of course, it's too big. So let's trim it down. So it's right now a 5x7. I'm going to take an inch off of each side, I think. Okay, so we're just cropping it. Then I'm going to take some off the top. Okay, and let's cut off a bit off the bottom. All right, so that it fits in there like that. Then we'll take our distress ink again, and we're just going to go around the edges. And I kind of like the idea of it getting just a smidgen crinkled. Okay. We're gonna put that in, and I just want to kind of put some things in there, like it's just collected. Do you know what I mean? Let's see here. She's got this little tag. Let's cut it out. It's a little Happy Valentine's Day tag. I'm gonna cut it out of this 4x4 sign. Okay. Let's take our distress ink again. Around the edges. Okay. And I'll take my hole punch to this. I think I'm going to add that to the front. I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue for now, right around the hole. And just put that right there. Yes, Norma. So I'm just gluing that right there to the front. And then let's just see if we can find a little embellishment of some kind to put right there. Something vintage looking, like this little button. perfect. Just a little mother of pearl button. So I really didn't have to make a hole in it. Okay. Now I'm gonna dig into my ephemera drawer. By the way, we still have ephemera. We've got the full pound boxes and the half pound boxes. We also have colored ephemera. We have got vintage photos, I think. So there is still ephemera available on the website. So make sure that you check that out. Let's see here. I kind of wondered about if I could find the right color. Some of these little Tim Holtz florals. I was thinking it would be kind of cute in there. And then I've got some tags. We could add a tag in here. We could even make the tag really fun, but I don't have a whole lot of time left. So we are running out of time. Let's see here. I've got a, I have a hanky. I've got an envelope here, would be cute in there. Let's take this and I think I'm going to use vintage photo on it because it needs to be a little more on the yellow side. Hallie, this is my glue gun. It's available on our website, thecelebrationco.com. It is Celebration Company's glue gun. So I just want to go all over this with the vintage photo in order to give it that same kind of tone that everything else has. Like that. And this little envelope, I'm going to go around the edges with it as well. Make it look a little bit more old and outdated. This little tag in here. We're gonna distress this a little bit. Lynn, it is the Distress ink, and it's available also. We have this also on the website. And I am using Vintage Photo and Walnut Stain. Those are the colors that I'm using to distress these pieces. So this is what it's looking like right now. Just kind of throwing some different things in there. Let's see here. I do have some little hankies that aren't vintage, but have a little bit of a vintage look. And this one, we've already used it for something else. I think we made a dress with it, but it would be cute in here. We can use some of the ink on it to sort of distress it a bit. I like that. So let's see if we can't just sort of tone this white down a little bit. Right now I'm using the walnut stain, and I'm focusing it just on this one corner. And then I'm going to switch to Vintage Photo and add some of it. So we've just taken it from a bright white to something that looks a little bit more worn. I want to make sure none of the bright white parts show. And I'm just going to stick it in there. Just having fun with just putting different stuff in there, just playing with it. Let me see what time it is. Okay, we're getting close to running out of time, but let me see what else I've got. This is, it's a postcard, but it goes really well. The colors go really well, so I just kind of stuck it in there. If I had some flowers that were kind of a dried like, I don't know that I do. But like a pressed flower would be so fun in here, but I don't have one. So you know. Let's see if I got anything else I could put. Trying to think what else we could do. But I'm not feeling anything else right now other than, let's see, I don't know if I have one. I was thinking a skeleton key would be cute. And I don't think I've got any left. Yes, you can definitely get them on Amazon. Let's just kind of see what I've got. With anything else. Our ephemera packs probably have some fun things in those that you could use to add to something like this, because we've got, I think that. Actually, I kind of like, I'm going to add a little dot of hot glue right here. They've got like sewing stuff in there, all kinds of different things. I'm just looking, wondering if I've got something over there. Hang on just a second. Let me see. No, I don't see anything else. So I think we're just gonna go with this. But it did turn out super cute. I just kind of, I glued this tag to the photo and it just kind of made it look like it was all in there and it wasn't all just flat. But isn't that just kind of fun? Yeah, a skeleton key would be cute, but I don't have one. Those you can get on Amazon, but I don't have any. But that would be really cute to put on here as well. Trying to think. Nothing else is hitting that I would have that could go in here. Nothing else is hidden. So, but you could create so many fun little pieces to go inside here. This would also be a fun way to do a card for somebody and create different little pieces. That would be a fun little card, wouldn't it? But anyways, the paper mache hearts, $4.99 on the website. The paper that we use, the photo that we used, and the paper here and the paper on the background, as well as this little tag, all is from our craft paper subscription from this month. That's $10 a month. You get your first month for $5. And you're going to absolutely love it because there are so many gorgeous designs available to you. So I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have an amazing Friday night, and I'll see you all on Monday.